everyone.
Hello, guys.
Welcome back to part 2
Yeah.
of Toxic Family Members. We just finished doing part 1, where we talked about different behaviors to look out for when identifying toxic behavior or toxic family members. And so we're going to talk about now some of the reasons why people behave the way they do.
They do, yeah, exactly.
So we're going to get right into it. So a reason could be to keep up appearances or out of fear. So meaning, this is hypothetically, right? If, for example, you as a mom, have the like your role in the family is to be like the peacekeeper, and you always keep everything, harmonical and everything, right? And let's say that you did something that is out of character, but you don't want the rest of the family to know about it. So you are doing things, for example, lying or sneaking around, manipulating evidence. Just to keep up appearances in your family, so that you still have that role as a peacekeeper. Okay. So that could be a reason why. Or again, out of fear. For example, like you cheated on your spouse and you don't want them to find out because you have a fear of how they're going to take it. Are they going to kick you out of the house? Are they going to divorce you? Are they going to kill you? So that is another reason. People could be just fearful of what could happen as a consequence to their actions. Then another reason could be simply to fulfill a personal agenda at the expense of others. And that is particularly hurtful when it happens within a family. For example, if you have a family business that you're running and you want to be the next CEO, for example, but you are not the one in line to be the next CEO. And you are just ready and willing to trample over anyone and everyone, whether you are related or not, to get to that position. So that one, you are just really advancing your own agenda and not thinking or considering anyone else.
Others' feelings and concerns are not your cup of tea.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And usually when that happens, you're dealing with a narcissistic person.
Exactly.
Which is another reason.
Yeah.
Simply being narcissistic. If that is what you are, other people's feelings are not your concern. It's not in your DNA to care about what other people think
not at all.
or feel. And it's really, really unfortunate to have someone like that in the bloodline.
It is unfortunate.
Because they are basically capable of pretty much anything. So now the next 2 reasons are close to my heart because it pertains to parents. Okay. I mentioned it in part 1 that sometimes if you I don't know how to really put it into words, something that could look like a parent is really caring and being very really considerate could actually be very toxic to the child. And it is basically to attain a certain type of status in front of peers and other family members. Some parents, they push children to do things that the children actually don't want to do. Okay.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And what's even worse than that, I mean, that is toxic in itself, but it is understandable and to a certain extent. If something is good for the child, but they don't want to do it, and they force them to do it anyway, I mean, you can wrap your mind around it. Because sometimes, I mean, kids, they do not know better. Sometimes they don't know what's good for themselves.
Good for them.
Nonetheless, to force the child to do something against their will can be quite toxic. Okay. But what is even more dangerous and borders on child abuse, in my opinion, is using your children to basically live your dreams for you. Yes. So you use your children to fulfill some unattained dreams of yours. So for example, you were a dancer all your life. And then you had children and you had to give up that dream of dancing. And now you have your kids and you are forcing them into dance.
To live that dream for you.
To achieve things that you couldn't achieve. What really it is for yourself.
Yep.
But they act and behave and pretend to everybody, to the child, to themselves, and to the whole world that they're doing it for the child.
But it's not.
Meanwhile, the child is suffering inside because that is not where their passion lies. That is not what they want to do. That is very toxic. And again, it will make, when the kids are grown up, it's going to make them treat the parents a certain way. It's going to make them themselves feel like they might not be good enough. That there's something wrong with them. Because obviously, if you are pushing them to do something they don't want to do, you would ridicule things that they actually do want to do.
Exactly.
Okay. And you are hindering them from really blossoming and becoming the person that they are supposed to become. Not who you as the parent want them to become, but who they are meant to become. And that's why I said it borders on child abuse, because you are basically preventing
it's true.
a person from becoming who they are supposed to be.
That child is actually basically living your life, for you. So what
That
about
is-
his or hers?
Exactly. That is a kind of mental prison that nobody wants to be in. And for a parent to do that to their child, it's beyond toxic. That's why
beyond.
I said it borders on child abuse. In my opinion, you do not have children for you.
Exactly.
You do not have kids to try and design them to become the people that you want them to be. That is not your job.
Exactly.
I believe that a child already gets born as the person that they already are. Plus minus some characteristics that they adapt from, their parents, their family, and all that stuff. But I think the core person already exists in the baby that gets born. Okay, and there's nothing that anyone should do to try and alter that somehow. Because that is not their job. Okay, that is like you trying to play God, and that is always dangerous. So trying to play God, very toxic.
Oh man.
I'm very particularly passionate about that subject. Because I've seen how it can mess up someone's life. And the reason why too is because the parents, again, they don't mean to ruin
They don't. That's
life.
the point.
They don't mean to. They don't even realize what they're doing.
They don't.
But that's why they need videos like this to be like, oh, wait a minute, am I doing this?
To bring,
to bring awareness.
Awareness to that.
Exactly.
And
then, actually, I'm done.
Oh.
So those are some of the, I think, the main reasons why people do what they do.
Exactly.
And behave toxically. But again, like we said in the first video, a lot of it comes from how a person was raised. So try not to raise your kids in a toxic environment. And you know what? If you have toxic family members and they're very they're taking a toll on your happiness and they're exhausting you mentally and emotionally, then even though they are family, you should keep away from them. Stay away from them. Give them an arm's length, just as you would any other person if they are not good for you. Because again, yes, blood is thicker than water. It is, but it is not a substitute for a common ground, for common beliefs, for common sense, right? For common interests or anything like that. I mean, we are closer to friends, complete strangers, than we are to some family members. And
sad truth.
Let's not get me started on support. The people that you count on the most sometimes will let you down first. So even though blood is thicker than water, it is no substitute for support and genuineness, caring and love. It really isn't. It should in an ideal world, but it isn't. And since that is just what it is, you can't change people. You can't change their behavior, but you can change how you respond to it.
Exactly.
So sometimes, unfortunately, that means giving people an arm's length or just cutting them out completely.
My take on this, wow, well done. Well said, well explained, guys.
I hope so.
So my
Talking
take
out of my head here.
which is great. my take on all this, guys, is first of all, if you happen to notice some of these character traits that we've been talking about this whole time, it is very, very crucial and important to actually bring it to your families, you know, your family members, whoever that might be, you know. Bring it to them. Have a communication. Do it in love, not in obviously
not out of spite.
Out of spite, because they are still
That's
going to be your
also
family.
toxic,
Yes.
to do things out of spite.
So yeah, that would be my advice. Actually, do that. Have a conversation with them out of love. Let them know what they are doing or contributing in hurting you so much and so bad.
Because honestly, one of two things will happen.
Yeah.
Either they're going to change, which is for your benefit,
Yes.
and for theirs as well,
Yeah.
or they're going to leave you alone.
Exactly.
Either way, you have your peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you do your part, you do your due diligence, you're having the talks, you're having the communications, you're having the conversations, and the problem still persists, then it is very, very advisable, like she said, you know, just
Let them go.
give some arm's length.
Or let them
you know?
go completely.
Yeah, give an arm's length here. Just put some distance between you and them, because you don't want to be, you know, become like them. You don't want to be toxic like them.
Right, and you don't also want to let out your frustration
Exactly.
on other people.
Yeah.
Right. That is just passing that toxicity on.
Yes,
right?
that's basically what is going to happen.
If you're basically bleeding on people that did not cut you.
Yes.
And that happens, and that is what happens if you don't deal with some of that hurt. Yeah.
Yes. So that's basically our small advice and our take on this whole toxicity type of
I think the word is toxicity. Yeah.
type of family members.
Right. Toxic
Okay.
family members.
Toxic family members.
All right, you guys.
So, guys, until we come to you with another segment, we wish you all a better life, happiness, joy, love with passion,
Right.
everything that is good on this very earth. A bigger portion goes
Dial
to
the
you
good
guys.
up
Yeah.
and dial the toxins down.
Yes.
It's not that difficult. So
Yes.
until next time, again, subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put your comments down below.
Below.
Let us know what you think.
Exactly.
Any experiences that
Yeah.
you have had. If you can relate to this, which
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of you can.
Oh, a lot of you can. Yeah.
Share it with us.
Yeah. Or even if
Okay.
you know of, you know, some, a friend of yours who is going through a similar situation, yeah, just share with us. And yeah, together we'll help
We'll help each other out.
each other, you know.
All right.
So yeah,
So until next time, you have been
detox.
tough.
Bye.